Chatsworth worked with SourceDay to replace the old way of doing business. Spike, the other day you described it as chaos, with a digitally transformed and kind of more streamlined way of managing parts, getting parts from your suppliers. And so what has that resulted in? Well, over the last 10 quarters, late deliveries are down 70%. So once we got fully live with our solution and integrated with your Epicor ERP, and all of your internal users and your suppliers enabled and trained, your late delivery percentage was above 35%. And when we look at the last 6 months, it's down, to 10, 11%, which is a remarkable feat if you consider what Q1, Q2, Q3 of 2020 must have looked like. So hats off to you guys. And then, not surprisingly, the converse of that means on-time deliveries have gone up and now average 90%. And so the fact that we've been able to maintain that over the last 6 months is pretty awesome. And one of the headlines, in terms of the financial impact that that's had on Chatsworth, not only has it reduced stress of the team and improved, your on-time delivery to customers, but work in process has been cut by 66%, which to have accomplished that this year is really amazing. Something that as us SourceDayers come to work every day, this is the stuff that really fills our gas tanks. We get so excited about hearing customers that achieve this kind of success. So before I roll into the SourceDay overview to share a little bit of context for the audience and how they accomplish that, I don't know if Spike, JP, you had something you wanted to say about that.
The biggest challenge that we faced with that much WIP on the floor, you have the unintended consequences of, in this case, we had 8 to 9 days of WIP in any given time. So you can have damages, you can have parts that could be used for a order that could ship sooner. So by cleaning that up and having 2 to 3 days of WIP on the floor, we get more efficiencies, and quite honestly, you're not stumbling over sub-assemblies on the floor. So just so many other benefits from that one metric alone.
Yeah, and I bet your finance team is happy about the positive
Absolutely.
tax and inventory carrying cost that affects, right? Especially as we finish out the year. That should mean really good things for the balance sheet, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the other benefits is when you have that much WIP on the floor, you have to have that much more raw materials available. So by really cleaning up the WIP, we now have more just in time. So you had mentioned the tax benefits, but just the ability to have more manufacturing space. We've reclaimed about 90% of our previous warehousing space and converted that into manufacturing floor because of the way we've optimized our inbound materials.